If I handed you a mammoth right now, would you have the strength and the discipline to drag it back to the fire? Relax, this isn't about free protein. It's about aim. Because maybe you're running too much, clicking too often, always promising, and still coming back empty-handed. It's not bad luck. It's a poorly done hunt. Today, we're going to translate the Mammoth Hunter's Manual from the prehistoric era into your modern life. No motivational glitter, real talk. Straight to the point. If it stings a little, good. It means the beast's tooth touched you. Picture the scene. Cold air cutting your skin, wet grass at your shins, silence before the first step. The tribe waiting. The hunter lifts his head, tests the wind, observes footprints. He doesn't run off in any direction. He follows the mammoth's trail. Now, cut to your day. 3 tabs open, 2 conversations, 1 notification screaming, the fridge visited as if some spiritual revelation hid behind the margarine. Lots of running in circles. Little trail. At the end, the phrase you know, "Today I didn't produce." But you did. You produced fatigue. Meat, nowhere to be found. The problem isn't laziness. The problem is too much savanna and no trail. Your brain loves micro-relief. Snoozing the alarm, infinite scrolling. I'll just check quickly. I'll start Monday. Seems rational and polite. It's not. It's anesthesia. And anesthesia charges a high price. Deadlines slipping away, courage shrinking, self-esteem on clearance. While you negotiate with the couch, life demands cash. And little by little, you teach your own body that fear means stop. Back then, the same package, knot in the stomach, cold hands, short breath, meant do something or your lunch. Today, you read fear and translate it as tomorrow. The mammoth thanks you. Let's reframe. The mammoth hunter wasn't a superhero. He was a specialist in doing the basics without drama. Courage wasn't the absence of fear. It was direction with fear along for the ride. Sitting in the passenger seat, talking loudly, but not touching the wheel. And confidence? It didn't fall from the sky. It grew with each trail followed, each spear that missed, each adjustment in step. Self-respect wasn't born from pretty speeches around the fire. It was born from the friction of the walk. The right order remains the same. Action first, feeling later. The hand trembles but still lifts the spear. It trembles less tomorrow.
The hunter also didn't confuse savanna with shopping mall. He had criteria. He aimed at one mammoth, not all of them. He knew that hurry creates the illusion of progress, while aim creates real progress. And he practiced rituals, waking with the cold, checking the wind, sharing signals with the tribe, sharpening the spear, walking toward the tracks, returning with meat or with learning, but returning. Want glamour? There wasn't any. There was consistency, a fire lit every night, discipline without drama. How does this translate into modern life? You swap muddy tracks for simple indicators. Swap the spear's point for sharpened skills. Swap the circle of the tribe for one person who holds you accountable. Swap the fire for a minimal ritual that never fails. And above all, you swap the vague dream of someday for the short map of today. It doesn't need to look epic, it needs to be inevitable. Let's get off the speech and onto the trail, because mammoths don't fall from the sky. You start the day like a hunter. Define the prey. Not 10 tasks, one that carries the rest. Like a mammoth dragging half the village when it falls. This prey has a name and a time. In the Paleolithic, it was take down the beast before sunset. In yours, it might be deliver the proposal that unlocks the month. Place it at the start of the day, before the algorithm, before the group, before the rain of false signals. The hunter didn't ask permission from the savannah. You don't ask permission from the notification. Then comes the ugly and necessary beginning. 3 minutes of a spear thrown from up close. 3 rough lines on a document. An email written at good enough level. 10 minutes of exercise when 0 seemed logical. No audience, no epic soundtrack. Just micro victories. In the Paleolithic, it was the first scratch on the stone, the mark that the trail had begun. In the modern world, it's the scent that silences the drama. The body learns by evidence. I start even when I don't want to. The mind, which loves to hitch a ride, pretends it was its idea and follows along. The environment does half the hunter's work. He positioned the tribe, chose the terrain, read the wind. You prepare your perimeter. Phone out of the room, desk tidy, water nearby, document open. Low friction for what matters, high friction for the rest. Sounds obvious? It is. That's why it works. One extra step for distraction and it loses half its charm. One less step for what matters and you begin without ceremony. In the village, the spear's point was tied the same way every time. In your office, you light the fire of habits with the same sequence every morning. That's where discipline without drama lives.
And fear? It's the GPS of the savannah. The stomach drums, the hand sweats, catastrophic scenarios parade through your head. That trail is probably the right one. The mammoth weighs where it hurts. Instead of negotiating with dread, you negotiate with your body. 60 seconds of movement to switch the system on. 10 squats, 20 jumping jacks. The blood reminds the mind, the hunt has begun. You return to the work fire and do the next small thing. That's how you cross a valley. Short, repeated steps in the right direction. The tribe matters more than you want to admit. No one drags a mammoth alone. In the Stone Age, the hunter came back with meat because someone kept the fire, another closed the semicircle, another shouted when the wind changed. In your life, choose one person, not a noisy group, one. Send simple proof of the hunt done. Fire lit. It can be an ugly notebook photo, an emoji, 3 words. Shared accountability sustained entire villages. It sustains your discipline too. If you fail, did it hurt? Good. A small, immediate sting is a better teacher than vague guilt. And when life hits, because it will, the savannah becomes a storm. The mammoth vanishes. On those days, the hunt changes in size, not in logic. It's not about bringing down big game. It's about keeping the fire lit. 3 lines, 1 scent. 10 minutes of body, a fire lit to the one walking with you. The hunter proved nothing to the sky. He proved to the tribe he hadn't abandoned his post. You don't prove anything to the internet. You prove to yourself you're still in the game. That small flame sustains the hut. Maybe you still think you need motivation. Back then, there were those who believed that too, calling it the gods of weather. The hunter who waited for perfect wind starved. The other, who read the wind as it was and adjusted his step, came back with meat. Motivation is like sun on the tundra. It shows up when it wants. Movement is fire. You light it every day. After a few days, the cold respects you. After a few months, you respect yourself. Discipline without drama is that, lighting the same simple fire until the smell of smoke becomes part of who you are. Let's draw a practical picture, because the mind learns through images. You facing the email mammoth. Your heart races, your hand sweats. Your head invents 15 tragedies in 3 seconds. The hunter inside you recognizes that's fresh track. Instead of running, you close the distance, sit down, write badly, fix it, and send it. Feel the click? It's the spear leaving your hand. The world doesn't collapse. Only one thing collapses, the narrative that you can't. Tomorrow, the same scene hurts a little less. In a month, you look back and see a trail of carcasses of impossible tasks. It wasn't luck. It was elegant stubbornness. Another picture. You on the couch, reheated pizza, autoplay series, phone glowing like a curious hyena. Total comfort. Sky-high moral bill. Because what you paid wasn't just time, it was the word you gave yourself. When that becomes routine, your brain learns you lie to yourself. That's when the hunter gives you a simple lesson. Comfort is fire, not cave. It serves to warm, not to hide. Rest is part of the hunt. It becomes reward, not excuse. And what if I miss the aim? You will miss. A lot. The hunter's secret wasn't always hitting. It was adjusting quickly. 2 steps left, half a degree up, watch the wind, try again. In the office, that becomes simple revision, quick feedback, short interaction. The hit arrives shyly, like the sun rising behind the hill. When you notice, there's a line of marked targets. What began with 3 rough lines became pages, proposals, workouts, clear decisions. The tribe eats, you sleep in peace. Maybe you want a special secret, a shaman's trick, a hidden shortcut. I'll save you time. The secret is the same as it was since the chipped stone. See the mammoth, follow the trail, throw the spear, even trembling, drag it together, light the fire every day, and repeat. The basics crossed millennia because they work. The modern stumbles because it confuses shine with result. Shine feeds ego, meat feeds the tribe. Before closing, let's stitch with callbacks so the brain holds. The fridge doesn't hold purpose, the horizon does. A notification has no authority, you kneel to it. The cold isn't the enemy, it's training. Fear isn't a judge, it's a GPS. The spear may tremble, your hand decides. The couch calls, you answer, after the hunt. Ready never comes, 3 lines do. Perfect delays, delivered transforms. Fire lit, every single day. In the end, life won't ask how many times you are inspired. It will ask how many times you came back with meat. And meat today has other names. An email sent with a sweaty hand, a proposal pulled from draft, a page written without poetry, a cold shower taken out of spite, a short workout that beat 0, a hard conversation that left later. These are pieces of the mammoth. Together, they feed your tribe, your family, your team, your self-esteem. So take this spear tip for your pocket. Discipline isn't a shout, it's a trail followed. You weren't born to collect elegant excuses. You were born to hunt what matters. Today, not tomorrow. If you tremble, good. It's a sign of life. Mammoth hunters trembled too. What they didn't do was come back empty-handed. Aim at the beast. Step on the trail. Spear in the air. Fire lit. And you finally in command.